Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there, or felt mentally tired even after doing almost nothing physical, or noticed that the more stressed life becomes, the harder it is to focus, remember things, or stay emotionally balanced? So many people think brain health depends on thinking, memory games, or supplements. But what if one of the most powerful ways to protect your brain is actually through how you move your body? Today we are going to explore something fascinating: how conscious movement protects brain health. And we will look at this through the unique lens of Shinsei Taiso Do, where movement is not just exercise, but a way to regulate the nervous system and sharpen the brain and restoring the balance. Let's begin with something simple. The human brain did not evolve while sitting in chairs for 10 hours a day. For thousands of years, human beings moved constantly, like walking, stretching, breathing deeply, climbing, balancing, and working with nature. So movement was connected to survival, awareness, and learning. Today, many people live the opposite way. We sit for long periods, we stare at screens, phones, we move less or think more, and slowly the brain begins to suffer. This is the life most people are living in this world. Let me give you a simple life example. Imagine two people. The first person wakes up stressed. They immediately check uh, their phones, sit most of the day, barely move, breathe shallowly. By evening, mental fatigue increases and the focus decreases. Emotions become unstable. And now imagine another person. They wake up and spend 15 minutes doing gentle, mindful movements, breathings, nothing intense, but just conscious movement. By evening, the mind feels clearer, stress is lower, focus improves. Why? Because the movement directly affects the brain. What's happening? Modern neuroscience shows that the movement changes the brain physically and chemically. One important study comes from researchers at the University of Illinois, led by neuroscience scientist Dr. Arthur Kramer. Their research found that regular mindful physical movement improves memory, attention, and cognitive flexibility and brain function in aging adults. Very important. So the brain scans even showed improvements in areas connected to learning and decision making. This means movement is not only for muscles, it is medicine for the brain. Then here is a question: why conscious movement? Here is something important. Not all movement affect the brain the same way. Mindfulness or a mindless movement and a conscious movement are different. In Shinsei Taiso Do, conscious movement means moving with awareness, synchronizing movement with the breath, paying attention to posture and rhythm. These are the key things. And this activates deeper brain networks connected to focus, emotional regulation, body awareness, all of these things. And also, it also affects the nervous system balance. The brain has something called neuroplasticity. This means the brain can change and reorganize itself. Every thought, movement, and habit strengthens certain neural pathways. That's happening when we're talking about neuroplasticity. The conscious movement creates healthier pathways. It trains the brain to become calmer, become more coordinated, and more focused. This is why slow, mindful movement can improve both mental clarity and emotional stability. Let us simplify this. When stress becomes chronic, the nervous system stays stuck in survival mode, and this affects the brain. Because too much stress can weaken memory, reduce concentration, and increase anxiety. These are the study says. So conscious movement helps interrupt this stress cycle. Slow breathing, and you're adding gentle movement sends signals of safety to the brain. And when the brain feels safe, the healing begins. Thinking improves and emotional balance returns. I once met someone who said, "I can't focus anymore. My mind feels tired all the time." But after observing them, I noticed something. Their body was constantly tense. Their shoulders were tight, breathing shallow, jaw clenched. It's like that. And their brain was not only mentally stressed, their entire body was communicating stress to the brain every second. This is why Shinsei Taiso Do works with both the body and the mind together. In Shinsei Taiso Do, we use three core systems. The first one we call Kaizen Flow, gentle therapeutic movement. It improves circulation, coordination, and nervous system regulations. Then the second system, we call it as Taiso Flow, is a mindful movement and stillness. It actually improves focus, awareness, and emotional calmness. And the third system we call it as Key Flow. It's energy awareness, breathe, stillness practice. The main idea is to it improves mental clarity, emotional balance, and it's going to get the deep relaxation. Together, these create what we call brain-body coherence. Remember, the brain needs oxygen. But stress changes breathing patterns. Shallow breathing reduces oxygen efficiency and increases tension. So the conscious breathing in the exercise or in this body work, it improves oxygen delivery, nervous system balance, and mental clarity. So this is why Shinsei Taiso Do combines movement with the breath. In this art, the brain health is also connected to the five elements. So those who are practicing Shinsei Taiso Do, they used to practice these systems accordingly. Health. Health element is grounding and stability. Then the second element, water, it's emotional flexibility. Then fire, it deals with the mental energy and the motivation. Then air, it's connected to breathe and the clarity. Then finally space, inner silence and awareness. So when these elements become imbalanced, mental fatigue increases. This is the idea of this system. So the conscious movement restores balance. Many people try to heal the brain only through thinking. But the brain listens to the body constantly. Just keep it in mind. This is very important to understand. If the body is tense, the brain receives stress signals. If the body moves calmly, what's happened? The brain receives safety signal. And this changes everything. Let us practice something simple for now. Sit comfortably and just slowly roll your shoulders, you know, just up and down and like that. And take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. And now notice your mind already feels slightly different. So you can practice this at any time. Just sit comfortably, slowly roll your shoulders. You can just simply like do it in a backward and forward. And take a deep breath in first. Completely focus on your breathing in. Then you breathe out slowly. Now notice your mind already feels slightly different. This is what I was asking. Why? Because movement changed the nervous system and the nervous system changed the brain state. That's happened here now. In the future, many people will realize something important. The brain health is not only about medication, it is about movement, breathe, emotional regulation, lifestyle, awareness. And the conscious movement may become one of the most important tools for protecting mental well-being. So always remember this, your brain is always listening to your body. Every posture, every breath, every movement is shaping your mental state. So conscious movement is not just exercise, it is communicating with your nervous system. And when movement becomes aware, the brain becomes healthier, the mind becomes clearer, and the life becomes more balanced.